I'm Hilary Lane, the founder of Hilary Lane Media. I'm a former CBS News correspondent, television news reporter that traveled all over the country covering all types of news events on the presidential campaign trail, hurricanes, etc. I then took that experience out in the field and started my own business. In my own business, I help business owners, CEOs cut through the red tape and get their TV appearances on business networks like CNBC, Fox Business, and Bloomberg. I think in general, when people think about television news reporting, glamour comes to mind. And in my experience, it's actually quite opposite. When you're starting out as a news reporter, you often have to move to a very small town and you keep moving up. So I started in Utica, New York, where I was covering fairs and was late to live shots because cows were crossing the road. And every year and a half I moved. So over 10 years, I moved 6 times trying to work my way up in the news industry. And now, as everyone's trying to do more with less, we don't have videographers. So as a reporter, I would go out with my own camera, with my own tripod, in blizzards, at night, at crime scenes. And I would not only report, but also be the one behind the camera filming my own content, as they called it, a one-man band. So it's a rewarding career, but also a difficult career. I think people think that jumping into entrepreneurship is often easy and a very smooth road. And at the end of the day, running your own business, being an entrepreneur has a lot of challenges. Someone described it as trying to roll a boulder up a mountain every single day. And it could feel that way. There's always different issues to work through, different things to try, different client demands that you want to meet and exceed. So there's always different challenges. I find being an entrepreneur very rewarding. And it's been very helpful to have the business education and the resources at 1909. Entrepreneurship can be a very difficult journey, but a rewarding one. Success for me has changed a lot over the years. It used to be being in front of the camera and being the first one to give information on a new scene. But now as an entrepreneur, it's really about meeting my clients' expectations and exceeding them. I often get clients who are nervous to be on camera or who have tried to get their name or their story out there on a CNBC, Fox Business, Bloomberg, and hit a lot of red tape or have had trouble. So to be able to coach them through and make them feel confident on camera, to be able to get them onto the networks, and then to be able to deliver that content to them where they could share their story, their passion, their interest on a major network like a CNBC or Fox Business. It's really, really rewarding to see how much excitement that brings them, and then for them to be able to utilize those assets and content to build their own business. I think starting my business was the smartest risk I took. A lot of times when you think about entrepreneurship, you think that you need an MBA or to have gone to business school, and I didn't have any of that education. And I would tell myself, I don't know what I'm doing to start a business, I don't know how to start it, but I'm really glad I jumped in. There are a lot of resources out there to help online, places like 1909, and I'm really glad it took some time to learn and get up and running, but the fact that I jumped in and started it and took that chance on myself was definitely the biggest risk that I'm really glad I took. My best ideas come at all different times of the day and night. A lot of times, actually, social media is a really good way that ideas come to me, to see interesting things that people are looking at or to see interesting things happening around town, or even conversations with other entrepreneurs here at 1909, other business owners. I like to have a pulse of what people are interested in, what people are talking about, etc. And I think these days there's 2 ways to do that, in social media and in person as well. I really thought that my dream was to be the next Katie Couric, and that would take me till I was 80. And in 2020, when the pandemic came, my department at CBS News was laid off. We were the ones that were traveling. We were the ones that were out in the field. And I was devastated. I thought that it was the end for me. And I'm so thankful that that happened looking back, because it encouraged me to start my own business. I started really small, working with small service-based organizations that I would find on Facebook or Instagram, and with different business resources, from learning from different mentors, from business education at 1909, I've been able to build that. Now working with larger corporations, bigger CEOs, Fortune 500 companies, celebrities, partnering with local PR firms and PR firms across America, I've been able to grow the business with different connections that I've made here in West Palm Beach and beyond. At first, we moved to West Palm Beach because of my husband's job, and I thought of it as a retirement community. I didn't really know if there were any opportunities for me here, but quickly going into the community and seeing all of the development, the fact that this has become Wall Street South, the fact that so many large businesses and organizations in all types of areas like AI and fintech have moved here, I immediately felt the energy and excitement and thought, wow, this could be a really amazing place to start my business, to build connections, to start servicing organizations here. I originally thought it was New York City or nowhere, and the fact that we have this amazing place now in West Palm Beach that has become a hub, that has become the Wall Street South, that businesses are flocking to. And it's not just the fintech, the AI, the really large corporations. There's also creatives, PR type businesses like myself, other marketing executives and agencies that are really finding their groove here. They're able to support these larger businesses as well. And I'm just so thankful that we have this business hub so close to home and that we're really able to create a community and business here.